Okay. Let's see. Does this work? Did it work? Did it work? I don't know if it's working. Let's find out if it's working. Oh, it's working. Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. I'm live in several places. This is nerve-wracking. Wow. Wait a second. What about... Okay, so I'm using... If anybody's here right now, really early, I'm broadcasting to multiple places. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really, really confused about how to work this. Let's see if it's working. It's working on all places, I think. That's really good. Okay, let me just... I gotta send this. There we go. Do that. Boom. And I think we're good. I'm gonna send this email out. Oh my gosh, this is really nerve-wracking. I actually am live. Okay. This is the first time I've ever done this by myself. So hopefully it's working. Edgar, if you're watching, tell me if it's working. I think I'm delayed like 30 minutes or something, 30 seconds or something. But if you hear my message, Edgar, tell me if you can hear me talk, and then write me a message in the chat below the video or something, somewhere, if this is actually being broadcasted. If not, I'm just talking to myself, which I do often, so it's really not a problem. That's what I do anyway, so it's not a big deal. Let's see here. So the title of this video, before I do that, if anybody's watching, please give me a comment, because I really want to confirm. I don't want to start talking and actually no one can actually hear me. That would be awkward. So someone give me a chat back somewhere. Oh, the video's not even... Oh, okay, I didn't even send out my email yet. That's a problem. Okay, let me close this. Very good. Now I'm talking... Stop. I gotta unplug this. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's pull this up and bring this over here. And then, hey, so this is my first time live by myself. I did this with George from Japanese from Zero last weekish. She kind of dragged me into it. I wasn't expecting that at all. Super nervous for that. I didn't talk much, but it kind of whet my appetite for this live thing. This is not so bad. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of exciting when you have people actually watching you live. That's really interesting. I've never done that before. And so the title that I picked for this particular live is Why I Stopped Making Videos on YouTube. And really kind of in general, videos in general. I don't really make them very much anymore. And so I'm going to talk about why that is. It's a good reason. So you may or may not, you probably know, I used to make a lot of videos back in, I don't know, 2011 when I first started, 2010 to like 2014. I made a bunch of videos. A lot of them got hundreds of thousands of views. Some of them got millions. It was all great and all. But then I stopped. I didn't make any more videos for a long time. A lot of stuff happened in between that. I'm not going to talk about that this time. But I came back and I made a few videos, a little bit. And then I made we made some courses and we did some stuff. But I didn't really make any YouTube videos. I took like snippets from courses that I put in various places. And so that's kind of what I did. I didn't do a real cool like YouTube video thing. And the reason for that is I don't like to make videos. Secret, I know. Gosh, I really hate I really hate making videos. It's really bad. And the reason is mostly an editing like review reason. I don't like editing. I really don't. I had to do it a lot. Some of those videos that I originally made took me like the first video I ever made, which was how to swear in Japanese. That took me like a month to make. Like just editing and tweaking it and perfecting it. And I'm already like a weird OCD perfectionist, social anxious person. So that just makes me super nervous. It's not perfect. Let me reshoot that scene. I would do lines over and over again, like back in 2010, and that was not fun. That was super not fun. So I don't want to do that anymore. And that's oh, I have a missile target on me. Let me fix that really quickly. Let's see here. Let's see if I can fix that. Yu sensei! あれだ。フォーカスやってくれるかい？ごめんね、すげえ忘れた。Okay, cool. I do have a missile. There's a missile target on my face. そこね、押してくれる？そう。ありがとうございます。That's very helpful. Now I don't look like someone's gonna kill me. I usually probably look like that anyway. But so this is what we're doing. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, there's actually, this is interesting. There is comments coming on Facebook. Interesting. I have a chat box and it doesn't work. I'm gonna throw this in the trash. There's chat on Facebook. I didn't even see that. Is there a chat on YouTube? I'm streaming to like multiple places. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I don't know what I'm doing. I really have no idea. I'll answer the questions in a second. Let me just pull them up here. I didn't realize there was actually things coming up. I didn't know how to make that work. So if I click this, should I be able to view the chat here? I don't actually. Oh, I know what's going on. I have chat. I have this plugin on my browser that deletes comments and chats so that I don't look at them. Oh, they're over here. Oh, yes. And there's a ton. Oh, my God, I did not see any of this. Okay, here we go. Let me pull up the chat right there. Let's see here. Let me just see what's going on. Oh, hey, we've got no one. There's a lot of people joining. I didn't realize this. You'll get it. There's Edgar. Yes, I'm working. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you, Marco. Marco91. You are clear and no real lag except comment delay. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Mew. Mew. Is that are you a Pokemon? I don't know. I love Mew. It's not how you spell Mew, but that's a cool name. We've got Perrin. He's here. Jerry, thank you. Me and George did a wonderful job, Jerry says. I don't think so. I think I was super nervous, but thank you for saying that. Cool. Wow, there's a lot of comments. Okay, I'm going to go back to them in a second. Let me finish what I was saying here. I didn't realize there was actually people watching it. Oh, God. Okay, back to what I was talking about. Anyway, okay, now you just made me more nervous because I didn't know I'm actually really live. So anyway, it took me a long time to do that. I do have an editor. His name is Edgar, but I'm just not good at like reviewing stuff. And so I just kind of not did it for a really, really long time. And then I did something called Protocol 80. We did that a couple weeks ago. The first round. Protocol 80 is just a course we did. Basically taking somebody to 80% fluency in Japanese in a month. Whatever. We did that thing, and it was really great. And it was all live. And it was really fun. Really fun. The first time I ever was like, oh my God, I'm having fun, and I'm not stressed out. It's super fun. It's super cool. And so I went to go see George like a week ago, and that was also super fun. Although I was super nervous, it was super fun. And so I'm like, okay, I think we're gonna try this live thing out. I don't know if I'm gonna do a good job at it, so I'm gonna try and do these a little bit more regularly instead of videos, because I enjoy interacting. I'm giddy right now because there's like comments happening, and that's really interesting. My mouth is parched. So let me see here. Really quick. So that was the big reason. That's why I stopped making videos. That's the title of the thing. I'll go into talking more about some stuff that we're working on right now, like Protocol 90, and then we're working on a book, actually. It'd be a cool book for people. We're working on some other stuff. But let me see if there's any comments. If you have a question that you want me to answer about Japanese in general, about Japan, about, I don't know, marrying Japanese people, whatever, just give me a question. I'll answer it. About having Japanese children. I haven't had Japanese children, but I think I know how that works. I think I can answer that question. So if you want to know about that, I can make my best guess. I don't know. Just put it down below. Let's see if there's any good questions down here. Let's see here. Missile on my face. Yes, I know that. Making videos has come a long way. It takes a lot of time. Yeah, that's true. It does take a lot of time. Hello. I'm lagging now. Voice and picture don't match. Yeah, I don't know. I'll work on that. Thank you for telling me that. If it does lag, let me know. And I'll try and work with the settings because I'm using this software, this third-party software. I don't know how to use it very well. Let's see here. I have missed you. I have missed you too, K-pop lover. I'm starting to get into K-pop. K-pop is fun stuff though. Don't be nervous. Just try to be yourself. We love you how you are. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. SMAP, the anime slayer. SMAP. Is that from the TV show, the Japanese TV show SMAP? I like SMAP. Let's see here. Hokuto no Ken. Someone's talking about Hokuto no Ken. Let's see here. What? Oh, they're talking about because of kin. Okay, yeah, kin. Okay, kintore. I don't do much kintore actually, which is like working out. I'm starting to get back into it because I was really fat. Like last year, I literally was really fat. People were like, "No, you're not fat." I was fat. I was 233 pounds fat. That's pretty bad. I'm not like crazy tall, so that's really bad. And I lost about 55 pounds this last year or so. 2 years, probably 2 years. And so now I'm back down to like 180. I'm getting fatter, so I need to start doing kintore. So that's what happened last year. That's one reason why I was hiding, because I was super fat. No one wants to see me fat. It's just a terrible thing. Okay. You are not the first to refer to my name like a Pokemon. Okay. I didn't mean anything by it. I just love Mew. I always wanted to catch Mew. I never got it. Never got it. I know how you're feeling. Do you? Because that's cool. It's not cool. I feel cool, but that's not good for you because it's not a good feeling. Let's see here. We've got, hey, Edgar. There's an Edgar in here. Yes, he is in there. I'd like to learn some more of the markers. Oh, yes, the markers, definitely. The markers go deep. These are the particles in Japanese. They go very deep. There's a lot of nuance to them. So even if you're like an advanced student, I have a private student coming this weekend for like a boot camp. We're gonna play video games in Japanese, like these visual novels all weekend long, and I'm gonna train him. And he's still working on the particles. Those things, these markers, which is what I call them, they take a long time for you to master. So don't feel bad if you don't quite understand them just yet. There's a lot of nuance to them. And I can go through some stuff with some markers in a second here. When do you have more openings with the learning Japanese from you? This is from you again. We have more openings coming up. We're starting Protocol 90 next month. This is something we're going to do. I've never done this. This is another live course that we're going to do. And it is, it's going to be starting around the end of next month. And I'm starting to open registration now for that. I only accept we only have like 25 people that I want to accept. So there's not a lot of people. I can send you some information about that. It's in my email newsletter. I don't have it offhand. I should have prepared this stuff if I knew I was going to be plugging my stuff. But anyway, we're doing that, and we're going to go to, it's called Protocol 90 because we're going to go to 90% fluency in Japanese, comprehension in Japanese of anime, right? So we go through all the most common words, and we're going to do it in a month. So it's really hardcore. It's super intensive. We're going to be doing that next month. So that's the next thing I have going. You want to get registered earlier than later if you want that. But I don't have a link for you right now. I'm sorry. I'm useless. I don't have anything for you. So email me if you want information about that. Let's see here. My email is kencannon@japanesestrandman.com. So there's that. What do we got? That is more like a Twitch lag, if anything else. Oh, is there a Twitch lag going on? I don't even know what that's like. This is my first time doing this. Okay. Nihon itsu kuru desu ka? There's someone asked me when I'm going to Japan in Japanese. So maybe this person's Japanese. His name is Imo. And I am going to be going to Japan as soon as they open them gates. I'm going to run to the gates. I wanted to go like in April, or I did Protocol 80, which is our protocol. I'm talking all about Protocol 80. But we just finished this class, right? And I wanted to go immediately. I wanted to run out the door. And then Corona killed everything, killed my life. And they rejected me because I'm infected with Corona. America's infected with Corona, apparently. Not me. I've never had Corona yet. And they won't let me in. They won't. I tried. So as soon as they open them gates, I'm going. I'm gonna find an excuse, and I'm gonna go. And I'll be there for a long time. I'll be there for about 3 months. If they open it up next month, I'm going next month, and we're gonna teach Protocol 90 in Japan. So that'll be even cooler. But anyway, that's the plan for that. I'm going as soon as possible. What else we got here? No, it's a spam thing. Discord, SMAP. Oh, SMAP is a misspelling of. Oh, he was answering my question. It's a misspelling of spam, and it blew up. Okay. Discord server thing. See, I'm not on the Discord. I need to get on there. But yeah, that's a Japanese TV show that's I think it's not running anymore. It's actually a boy band, but anyway. 232 macho. Yeah, I don't know if you'd call that macho. I think you'd probably call that marshmallow fat man. It really was bad. So I'm not that weight anymore. Thank God. I'm only like 5'9", 5'10", so that's not a good weight for me. I've got the basic 5 down. Oh, so this is SMAP again, or SMAP, yeah, talking about the particles. The basic 5, so you're talking about wa, ga, ni, o, de, probably, for the basic 5, yeah. There's a couple others, is probably, I guess, what you're asking about, maybe like to, or like e, or what else is there, like ya, There's not a ton. These five, like, as long as you have the basics down, you just get the rest through. You get the nuances through context, but it does take a long time. Let's see here. Oh man, what does that mean for Tsunami folks? Oh, this is okay. Yeah, so ouch, I just hurt myself. So Tsunami is because of the video thing. Probably she's asking that I don't like making videos. Tsunami wasn't a huge deal because I did a lot of the Tsunami stuff, and I'm going to be continuing doing Tsunami stuff. Kind of like this. Like I just ran the camera and we broke stuff down, and it was kind of like a live situation. So I like doing that, and I like this live thing. I may even do Tsunami videos live now. That'd be cool, where you can actually comment on the fly. So that would be fun. I like this live. So I'm really testing this out. Hopefully this works out. I enjoyed it during Protocol 80. So Tsunami might get something like that very soon, because we're starting now. We're seeing. Okay. We've got, are there any particular visual novels in Japanese that you'd recommend? This is from Sway2223. Lots of twos there. He is, yeah, I love visual novels. My number one, hands down, I love Steins Gate. Steins Gate is intense. Really good show. Really good visual novel, even better. The mystery kills me. I love like time travel and stuff, so Steins Gate is really, really good. Sorry, I'm parched. Let's see here. Yeah, so Steins Gate is excellent. There's also the 999 series if you're not into so much, if you don't want so much text, because Steins Gate you're just reading, right? So if you want like some kind of game, you want to do like a game, if you want a game, right? Because visual novel is just like novel, right? There's some pictures. If you want to do like a game one where there's actually some interaction, there's the 999 series, I think. And then they do like puzzles where you have to like escape the room because someone's going to kill you or something. There's another one, George from Zero's playing, which is White Day. That's a pretty good one. It's a horror one, so you have to like try and escape from the school. And there's like night guards that try and come in. I don't know. I actually haven't played that one, but he recommended it to me. And so that one's I've heard is really fun. So there's a lot of good stuff. I'm currently into novels. So what I'm doing now are light novels. So I recommend if you're an advanced student in Japanese, I recommend getting yourself a Kindle, right? These things, I got this for like $30 off of eBay, right? You can see it says Japanese things on there because it's a Japanese Kindle, and you can put all kind of Japanese novels on here. They're like $5, and you can learn stuff. And they've got dictionaries in here. This is not a Japanese novel. This is my work. This is a Japanese novel. This is Zero Kara Hajimaru Isekai Seikatsu. So this is the From Zero. I don't even know the English title. Like Re-Zero, I think. This is really good. And so like if you don't know a word, you can like click it. I just clicked. Where's the word? There's a word. No, there we go. And it'll show you what it means. So it's really, really, really useful. So normally if you're reading like a Japanese novels, I've got some over there. You can't do that. You have to like take a picture with your phone and try and like use some kind of crazy software. This is way easier. So I recommend getting one of these. I'm super into Re-Zero. It's really good. It's another one of those like kind of time travel. The anime is really good. It's coming up this month, I think. I think the anime, the second season is coming out. I'm way past that. The novels go way deeper, and it's very good. It gets even better than the anime season 1. So you should check it out. Okay, what do we got? Are you in Japan or are you in the U.S.? I am in the U.S. because they won't let me anymore. I want to go. I want to go to Japan so bad. In fact, I want to live there until I'm gonna die, right? And then I'll come back and die here. I'm like, have you heard of those elephants that go back to their birthplace when they die? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Japan, and I'll die. I'll come back here, and I'll die here. They can bury me. But we're going to try and move to Japan long term, actually. I want to, like, raise a family in Japan. That'd be cool. Because I never grew up in Japan, so that would be fun to raise a family because I get to, like, live vicariously through my half-Japanese children. That'd be cool. Okay, let's see. Are there any particular visual novels? See you later. Hope to see you again. All right, see you later, Schmap. Thanks for asking all the cool questions. Good luck at work. Ohayo gozaimasu. Hector says ohayo gozaimasu. I'm like super behind on the comments, but let's see here. Yeah, Mew opened up for plugging. I know. Thank you, Mew. Mew, do that again next time. I'm gonna have a link with a place where people can buy things, and it'd be wonderful if I knew what I was doing here. So do that again when I actually have a link. Let's see here. Yo, man, does core GHA word list still exist? So this is from Nadro Sema. The core Japanese word list. Yeah, I have a ton of Japanese word lists. So I think you're referring to the original 300 most common words list that I created for Naruto back in the day, like 20 years ago. I literally created that thing, and I released that with my original course. That does still exist, yeah. But I've made other ones. So we've made ones for One Piece. We've made ones for other animes. I've made one for Bleach, but Bleach, no one watches Bleach anymore. I think they're coming back though, right? Isn't Bleach coming back? Hunter x Hunter, all the good stuff. And then now we have a master file that I really, really enjoy. And we've used this master file. I've aggregated all anime from all types of anime. We've got this super good list, and we use that in Protocol 80. So yeah, I use these most commonly used words lists to this day, and we still have a bunch of them. So the most updated, the most bestest one you're going to get. Again, you guys are opening me up for plugging. I don't have anything for you to buy. Please. I need to have things prepared. But anyway, it's in Protocol 80. Okay, let's see here. こちらは there we go 完全に really Tsuyu. Okay, that's not. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's July. Oh man, that sucks. There's some Tsuyu over there. I don't like the Tsuyu either. Yep, there's a cloud. Dude, you were so nervous on George's stream. So Inochi Eternal says, I was crazy nervous. Another thing, you're gonna know how I get nervous. Look at this. You see these ears? They literally turn the same color as my freaking lips. That's, you know, when Ken's nervous. Look, this one's not so bad. My ears turn red. It's so weird. Don't tell that to anybody else. It's gonna be awkward. Like when I'm trying to pick up Japanese girls in the streets. If this gets out, it's gonna be my game is gonna be all bad. Yeah, I was super nervous on George's stream. I'm slightly nervous now too because I haven't done this before, so this is kind of nerve-wracking. But that was horrendous. If you watch the later, we did the stream for like 4 hours, right? It was crazy. If you watch the second 2 hours, I'm actually a little better because I opened up a can of Asahi, some beer, and I felt better. And so we had some good fun in the second 2 hours. The first 2 hours was just me sitting there like this. It was really uncomfortable, even for me. I haven't watched that video to this day because I don't want to see. I don't want to look at it. I'm listening to more music than anime. That's a great way to learn. We have Pirin, Padin, Cope. I don't know how to pronounce things, but yeah, music is good. Music is a great way to learn. The only thing with Japanese through music versus Japanese through anime, I've made videos on this before, is that it's a little bit more poetic-y. So people don't usually talk like they sing. And Japanese music is more poetic-y than English music is. So you may be like, it's not that bad. Well, it's not quite the same. Japanese use a lot of poetry in their music, so just be careful of that and you'll be fine. Okay, so we've got Nagoya wa ima ame futte nai desu. So Nagoya, this person maybe is in Nagoya, it's not raining over there. And they're talking about Kyushu is yabai. Kyushu's nuts. Kyushu's crazy. Kyushu's another part of Japan. It's over by the bottom part. In the rain, huh? Tsuyu, man. Tsuyu is, that's not something I want to experience very much. The humidity with the Tsuyu and all the hotness and the rain, it's really not cool. So Japanese gets the Tsuyu season right now. So if you're not in Japan, Tsuyu is like rainy season in the summer. It's kind of weird for American people. We don't have rainy season in the summer, but it's like rainy for this whole month, and it's really humid rainy, so it's hot and rainy. So you're like sweating, and it's really uncomfortable. It's like you're in a jungle or something. So that's one thing I don't miss about Japan. But I don't care. If I get to go to Japan, I'll endure Tsuyu all year long. Let's see here. Doughboy. That's exactly what I was. Doughboy. Hey, there's Ziggy in here. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. So Ziggy's one of our students. Thanks for chiming in, Ziggy. I saw you in George's stream last week. But I was gone. I was so nervous, so I couldn't pay attention to Ziggy. Sorry about that, Ziggy. Ohayou gozaimasu. Okay, here we go. Thank you very much. Oh, my kudo is nyatteru. Thank you. Thank you for the kudo. Nyatteru means it looks good. It suits you. So thank you. Thank you for saying that. I usually look good in dark colors because that's what's in my soul. I'm literally my soul is dark, so I should show things. It really makes me look true to myself. How do you not give up when you're frustrated and not progressing much? Well, let's get this from Anime Musician 52295. How do you not give up when you're frustrated and you're not progressing? So obviously about Japanese, because that's what we do here. How do you not give up? That's a good question. Japanese takes a long time. right? It does take a long to master. We do these like speed runs for like protocol 90, protocol 80. We get like 80% of the words in 1 month, but there's stuff you have to do after that, right? You have to do a lot of learning, and I managed to get it in a year. I managed to get to like 90% comprehension like a year when I learned a long time ago, but I was homeschooled at the time. So I had like 8 hours a day to learn Japanese. So if you break that out, right, to what a normal person has, they have like a couple hours a day, that is going to take you 2 to 4 years to completely master. So it does take a long time. A lot of people don't understand that. So if you just accept that, that's a little better. Oh, okay, it's going to take a long time. This is a journey, and you learn to kind of enjoy the journey. Now, the second thing, I mean, it depends on what you're frustrated, right? He's probably frustrated because he's not progressing much. Well, I'd suggest that you would, I don't like not progressing very much either. So it's always fun when you can progress. So if you don't feel like you're progressing, it's tough. You want to get yourself a good, like, word list. That's why I teach from commonly most used words, because you can see progress with that, right? The first word we learn in Protocol 80 is suru, which is the word to do or to execute. It's 1.6% of the whole language. So like you go watch anime and you're immediately hearing suru like every 100 words, right? And so there's progress. You feel it, right? But if you're learning a word that doesn't show up very often, you're not going to feel progress for a long time, and that's going to be frustrating. So that's my advice for that. Re-zero, starting life in a new world. That's how you say it in English. Thank you very much. How do you say it in Japanese now? Zero kara hajimaru isekai seikatsu is the Japanese. Okay. Why don't you color your hair blonde? This is from Katie. I don't know. I don't think I would look good in blonde. Do you think I'd look good in blonde? I don't know. I used to have like, do you remember? I'm so old. I'm going to date myself. Remember when frosted tips were popular? So like I had like these little, I used to like highlight the tips of my hair back when I was in junior high. So that was like, I don't know, 2000, I think. No, 2002. Yeah. 2002 I used to highlight my tips. It was not a pretty sight. I thought I looked cool though. Let's see here. It's an amazing anime. Thanks for suggesting the light novel. Yeah, the anime is great. The anime is good too. I watched the anime with Yu Sensei. She's over there. She helps me. And let's see here. She likes it a lot. It's very good. Let's go back. Where are we at? I came in seriously in a strange moment. I'm not going to ask what moment that was. Most moments are strange with me, so just so you know that. Konnichiwa. Hey, konnichiwa, Dax. That's how you pronounce that, probably. Someone's message was retracted. I'm really curious. What did you want to say, Vanessa? Let's go here. Can I pay to get the word list? So this is from, I'm going to say this word, Nadrosema. Can you pay to get the word? I don't sell the word lists. I actually never sold the commonly most used words list. Here's another secret. We're working on a textbook. We're actually working on a Japanese book, and we're probably going to put the word list in there. So that'll come out soon. That'll be really cool. And if you want to check that out, you'll have the word list, and then you'll have, and it's going to be way cheaper than my courses. Like my courses are like hundreds of dollars, but the textbook is not going to be $100. So that's going to be nice. You have the word list in there. So this will be the first time I've ever released like the word list for cheap. So that's a possibility. Yes, we can do that. Do you have, let's see here. Do you have Crunchyroll? I don't have Crunchyroll right now, no. Wondering if you're catching up with all the new anime being released. I am kind of catching up. I just watched Kami no To, which is Tower of God. That was good. That was a Korean anime. That was freaking good. I didn't know that. You can kind of tell the style is really different. Like the art is different and the dialogue. So if you speak Japanese, you kind of, they're a little bit, the personalities are a little different. You can tell that it's a Korean, someone Korean made this. But it was good. So I was like, I didn't want to watch it because I'm like, I don't watch Korean anime. It's not as good. This is not true Japanese. I watched it and it was freaking good. It was really good. I recommend Kami no To. Very good. I just finished that yesterday. So I'm trying to catch up on the good stuff, the new stuff. I will definitely watch ReZero when that comes out. Let's see here. Be sure to let us know when we can buy things. Thank you. Thank you, Nadro-sema. I will let you know when you can buy things. I'm such an idiot. God, I need to prepare these things in advance. Hey, Paul, what's up? Red Ears is a live stream secret. Yeah, it's very, very, I shouldn't have said that. I'm glad I buried that in the live stream somewhere so no one Don't tell anybody else. Only the people watching right now will know this. Let's see here. I'm fine, just chill. Thank you, Edgar. Edgar's my editor. He's in the chat right now. Thank you, Edgar. He's watching. Make sure I don't pass out or something. Okay. Hey, Edgar. I actually made it in time. Hey, Kim. Oh, hey. This is Wildface K. I don't know if you're a student of mine or not, because the screen names throw me off. But hey, what's up? Because the fact that Wildface knows Edgar it tips me off. Maybe he's a student. Let's see here. Hey, I enjoyed learning. I enjoyed hearing Japanese because I've been slacking. Oh yes. Nihongo de hanashimashou ka? We should speak Japanese more actually on these lives. You've been slacking. That's a good joke. That's a really good joke, Ziggy. Don't worry too much. An inside joke. Don't worry too much about getting all comments. I think you're doing well for your first little. Okay, so I'm like reading comments now. Most people don't just read comments. Is that how they don't do that, huh? I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. So maybe I don't do that. But I'm just curious how this thing works. There's also things coming out on Facebook. Okay, there's actually a good comment here. Do you have any recommendations for intermediate learners? I've done Genki 1 and Genki 2. Went abroad for a year. This is a Facebook comment. Einslin Gray. Mrs. I don't know the name, so I don't know if it's a female or male name. Anyway, so Einsley, Mrs. Gray. So hey, Gray. Recommendations for intermediate learners. Good question. There's not a lot out there. It's actually super rare to have intermediate stuff because most people don't make it to intermediate. That's the secret. No one really goes. Like I teach stuff and most people don't make it that far. They usually stop watching the videos in like the first few videos. And so people don't feel like it's a need to do that kind of thing. If you're looking for a textbook for intermediates, if you've done Genki, here's what I recommend. I'd recommend you do a different kind of medium, right? So Genki is a textbook. I'd recommend you do some more input audio. So I recommend you go for, I used Pimsleur's way back in the day. So Pimsleur's an audio program. It wasn't very good. I mean, it's okay. I'm not saying use Pimsleur's, but look for an audio program, right? Because you've had so much practice with written Japanese. You really want to do some more listening to Japanese and responding to it. So there's Pimsleur's out there. There's other audio programs out there. I know there is, so you can look for them. I recommend that if you've only been textbook based. Obviously, we do audio programs. We have video programs. But again, I'm not here to plug things. But I will do it at a moment's notice. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? That was a good Facebook thing. I don't actually know how to operate Facebook comments. It's very confusing for me. Let's see here. I should do stream. Yeah. I should do stream. Let's see. I'm also like using Periscope. Have anybody used Periscope before? I don't know how to use Periscope either, but I'm streaming to it for some reason. I don't know. It's called Caster. It's like a streaming service. Let's see here. So what else? So let me just answer the good questions. I don't have to answer them all. I enjoyed this. So I like interacting with you. Let's see here. Mr. Whatever helped me learn I helped him learn Japanese. That's awesome. That's great losing them. Thank you, Mr. Whatever. Again, I don't know who you are because of the screen name. But that makes me happy to hear. Thank you very much. We've got Fonzo who says, paid for the program, still not able to access the site. I know, I let you know during the last stream. I told you to email about it. I emailed the same day and no response. So, okay, Edgar is in the chat right now. There's a guy named Fonzo. Fonzo. Edgar, please respond to Fonzo. He needs access to the website. So if anybody has that, if anybody needs access to the site, just let us know. Edgar should be answering the emails, so he'll definitely get to those. I had a thing where my website. I'm not even going to go into it. I had a big old bad thing that happened a couple years ago. A lot of people heard about it, and that's when all my sites went down. And so this is probably what happened many years ago. Let's see here. A textbook is exciting. Congratulations. Thank you, Erica. Yes, it is very exciting. We just started working on it about a week ago, and it's coming along nicely. It's coming along really fun. Of course, I was inspired by, obviously, Japanese from Zero. So I have to give credit where credit's due. I don't know when it'll come out, but we're working as fast as we can, so that'll be really fun. Let's see here. Love you, Ken. I love you too, Daniel. I don't know if I know you, but I love you. Thank you for the comment. The comment made me love you. Okay, Protocol 80 was amazing. So Dax Stacks was in Protocol 80. Now I know. Now I know you're a student of mine. I don't know who you are. You don't have to give me your name because obviously this is a public stream. Why would anybody want to give their name out? But anyway, thank you for saying that. Protocol 80 was super fun. I had a lot of fun. Looking forward to the book. Thank you very much. The book should be fun. Tower of God is the goat. Yes. I think that means a good thing. I just started hearing this term, the goat. I'm super late. I'm like, I think that's a good thing. I've never bothered to look it up, but I think the goat is a good thing. Tell me if it's a bad thing. Because I'm going to start calling my girlfriend the goat. And if it means like she's an asshole, I'm probably still going to call her it. So we should figure that out. Okay. Oh yeah, so anime musician. I remember this. So this guy's blind. All right. So this guy's trying to learn Japanese, and he's blind. So when I try to watch anime, I get bored because I can hardly understand much. Anime musician is a student of mine. But just a few words I have completed. Oh, so he's got up to the 13th lesson of original JTA. Congratulations. Wow, that's a lot of work. That's hours of listen. That's hours of work. Good job, anime musician. He's in the original JTA course. I can't understand much, but a few words. I have completed up the 13th lesson of JTA. Yeah, so you really have to... So the original JTA course, we went through like 150 words, I think, in those courses. So it's really why you can't understand much is it's a matter of how many words you know, right? 150 words, even if you complete the course, you're going to need some more study. So you really need to get, we have a list in there. You get the list of all 300 words. So you need to at least get up to 300 words of the most common words before you can start to pick up stuff in anime. So that's in the course, so you're going to let us know if you can't find it. So it's there. But you'll get there, trust me. It's just a percentage thing, right? So if you're at 150 words, you know about 150 words of the most common words in Japanese, you're at, I think it's like 40% of comprehension. That sounds like a lot, but that's just because the markers and the particles are used so often. And the grammar is used so often. Actual words, you need more. You need to get up like 70 or 80% of the words before you can start to understand a big percentage of it. So don't lose heart. You're almost there. That's the biggest part of getting past the first 150. Once you go there, you go downhill because you start to once you get like 80%, 70% of Japanese fluency comprehension, it's not much. You understand a lot already, so it's easy to learn through context. Okay, Zabusa 31G. Konnichiwa. How do I roll in the course if there is one? Why did I not prepare courses? Again, Zabusa, sorry, you probably weren't watching earlier, but I don't have any links for you. We have a course that's coming out next month, Protocol 90. We're going to 90% comprehension. I'll say this right, it's really expensive, so don't like, I'm like live all the time, every day, and we're working with you one-on-one, and it's a lot of private work, so it's an expensive course, so it's not like a cheap thing that we're doing, and then we only accept a few students. That's happening next month. I don't have a link. So I'll bring a link next time I come live. Email us. You can email us all the time, and that'll keep you on our radar. So it's kencannon@JapaneseThroughAnime.com, and I can send you a link of something where you can actually buy things from me. What a terrible person I am. Okay. Finnegan, hey, I'm part of Protocol 80. Yes. Oh, yes. Finnegan just joined. Hey, Finnegan. Nice. So he's joining through the second round. Finnegan, I'm glad to see you're here. He joined. We're doing the second round of Protocol 80 as well. So Finnegan's in there. Thanks for saying that, Finnegan. What's the name of that Korean anime? It's very good. It was Tower of God. It is the first of its kind, I think. I think this is the first Korean anime that's ever been produced. Obviously, Korea produces their own anime for their own country, but this is the first one that was produced by a Japanese company that is technically anime, and Crunchyroll produced it, I believe. And I think it's one of their first original. Crunchyroll's a streaming service. It's one of their first original animes. Really good. I was really impressed. It's kind of like Hunter x Hunter. If you watch Hunter x Hunter, you know how they have like the exam, the Hunter exam. It's really good. It's kind of like Naruto, where they have like the tuning shiken, the tuning to become a tuning, the ninja. It's really good. I just watched it, so I'm like super hyped up on it. Give me you sensei. You sensei! Omizu kudasai! Arigatou gozaimasu! So I need mizu because I'm dying. Mizu is water. My throat is drying. Konbanwa. Hey, Leona. Leona came in for the live. Hey, Leona. She's a long-time student. Thanks for joining. Tower of God. Yes, it's very good. Email. What else? What else we got here? Yeah, and if you have a question, let me know. Answer down. I love interacting with your questions. Let's see here. Arigato kensei. Okay, cool. Thank you. She says thank you for answering her thing. Yeah, so, okay. You're welcome. Einsley. I think I'm saying it right. I don't know. Let's see here. Yes, my nodo. How is my nodo? So my nodo was doing really bad during Protocol 80. And it's recovered somewhat, so it's doing good. I don't know if you've ever heard of, it's called, of course you've never heard of it. I don't even remember. It's called muscle tension dysphonia. ありがとうございます。お、めっちゃでかいの持ってきてくれたね。嬉しい。Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to oshiko. If I drink too much mizu, I'm gonna have to oshiko. And それは良くないですね。それはダメですね。Okay. Because if I have to go pee, like, you guys don't want to see that, do you? I can bring you to the bathroom, and I'll never ever do another live ever again. Okay. I'll never be permitted to. 大丈夫だと思うよ。手届くし。大丈夫です。ありがとうございます。So that's a Japanese person that just walked in here. I lost the comments. I don't know where they're at anymore. Okay. Here they are. So what surprised you when you first... Good question. Oh, here's a good question. Finnegan asks, what surprised you when you first came to Japan? Everything. Literally everything. Japan is so freaking different than America. Is what I thought anyway. It's the first out of country I've ever been to. But I'd watched like Japanese dramas and animes for so long. Like when I went to Japan, I saw the things that I've been looking through the screen this whole time. Like if you watch dramas or anything, you'll see like the streets look different, right? They're a little bit different. The posts and the doors open differently. And it was just so surreal. It was so cool. Like, oh, it's like watching, you ever like, you know, it's like meeting a celebrity, right? You've seen, I don't know, Justin Bieber all the time. And then finally you see him in real. It's like, oh, you actually exist. Can I touch you? That's what I would do if I met Justin Bieber. But going to Japan, that's what I did with Japan. Like, even the street was just new, and I just touched, I literally laid on the street. And I was with this Japanese person at the time, and they were like, please stop. Please stop hugging the street. We have to go. And it was just so cool. Even, that was the first thing that surprised me. If you're actually looking for like some real details of what surprised me, it would probably be the way they treat foreigners. And it's a good thing and a bad thing. So I was pretty good. I was very good, actually. When I went to Japan, I was very good at Japanese. And so I can communicate very, very good. And this was 15 years ago. So I don't know the experience of not being able to speak good Japanese and going to Japan. So I can't speak. So a lot of people talk badly about Japan. And a lot of, because they're like, there's sabetsu, which is like, you know, they treat you differently in Japan. And it's not a good thing. I have a hunch that it's, you know, you didn't speak Japanese very good when you went there. A lot of people don't speak Japanese when they go there. So if you're experiencing that, that may be that. So I can't talk to that. I was very good when I went to Japan the first time. And so they treat you differently. So in my case, it was like, and I can see how it could be a bad thing. You know, they stare all the time. Like on a train, and I didn't go to Tokyo. I went to like this Inaka, like on the countryside. And there's just, some people just stare and they don't even, most people like look, and then when I look back, they'll look away. And you know, that happens all the time. And then some guys are just like, and I'm literally right in front of them. And I'm like, konnichiwa. And then they just get a little bit more scareder, but they keep staring. Like, and that was really weird. And so that theme is all the way throughout. So if you look anything other than like an Asian person, you're going to get stared. And it's kind of, you know, it's a little bit, some people could be like, I don't like that. It was kind of unique for me because I went there to meet Japanese people. That's literally what I went to Japan for. So, hey, come on, give me the attention so I can make friends. And I wanted to make a bunch of friends. So I made a bunch of friends like that because they're already staring at me. Why not talk to them? And so I just went up and talked to them and made a lot of friends. So that was super fun. So you get treated differently, I'll say. Now, you can take that as a bad thing or a good thing. It depends on how you roll with it, right? And if you speak good Japanese, they're just going to be like, why do you speak so good? And that's typically the response that I got, which is like, I've never met a foreigner that speaks so good, because most foreigners suck. They're really bad. I teach Japanese, right? So I've seen, there's just, everybody goes to Japan, and I lived in Japan, and they just go and they don't learn Japanese, and they are really bad at it, and then they hang out with other foreigners, right? So if you're going to go to Japan, don't do that. Don't hang out with other foreigners. Don't hang out with other white people or other black people. Hang out with Japanese people, and you'll get better, and it'll be way funner, and it's a good thing. So anyway, that was a long answer, but that was a good question. Thank you, Finnegan. Let's see here. I got my omizu. Let's see here. How do you tell when you have graduated from beginner to intermediate? From Luke. Good question. That's a good question. How do you tell? It's kind of a feeling thing. I've never really thought about it. I know when I'm talking to an intermediate and a beginner student. This is how I'll know when I'm talking to. This is how I judge I actually tell this to my private students. When I can interact with them, put it that way, very limitedly. Beginners cannot interact at all. So they just, you have to say things really slow to them. Watashi wa, and you have to, and if you need that, and you need people to slow down and stop talking to you, then you're still a beginner. But if someone can say to you, watashi mise ni ikun desu kedo, I'm going to go to the store, right? Maybe you don't understand the kedo at the end there. Or if you're like, mizu ga nomitai desu. Maybe you don't understand the tai, but you understand mizu, and you understand a good percentage of the words, like you're at like 50%, then you're at about intermediate level. And that's how I judge my private students. Now, there's other things you can go by, but like how many words you know. So I generally consider anything from 60 to 80% comprehension intermediate. So if you're up to about 60 to 80% comprehension in anime, and you can't go with, so there's a lot of things. When you're watching anime, you're not going to feel, even if you know 60% of the words, you're not going to feel like you know 60% of the words. And there's other reasons for that I talk about I'm doing an input special very soon. We're going to talk about that. But anyway, there's other factors for that. But when you have to go by words. So if you know about 300 to 600 words of the most common words, you're intermediate. That's really where you're at. So there's that. If you know all the basic grammar patterns, but you might not know how to use them. If you just know them, right? And there's about 30 of them. So if you know all 30 basic grammar patterns, you're intermediate. You don't have to be able to use them perfectly, but if you know what they are, intermediate. Okay, let's see here. There we go. What parts have you been to Japan? Okay, so Mew asks, what parts of Japan have you been to, and what was your favorite places there? I've been all over, and the sad part of it, I think I counted one time, and I've been to like, it was like 25 prefectures, like half, more than half or something of all the prefectures. And I was going on 30 prefectures, 25 to 30 prefectures. A lot of prefectures. I don't remember a lot of it though. It's unfortunate. I'm really bad with tourists. So I went to Japan to like talk to people. So I had a connection in Japan. I had an ex-girlfriend in Japan. I shouldn't say this. But I had an ex-girlfriend in Japan, and she took me around to all the prefectures. So I kind of just like left it to her. I was just like, I want to meet people. Can you show me people? And she's like, sure. I have a lot of friends in different prefectures. And so we would travel to different prefectures. And I wasn't even paying attention to where we were. I was just on the train like, yay. Oh my God. There was so much stuff to pay attention to that I had no idea what was going on. So we would travel to all these different prefectures. And I didn't know where the hell I was most of the time. But I can tell you my favorite place is probably Kansai in general. So Kansai is the western part of Japan. And they're just so much more friendlier. I spent and lived in Tokyo for a little bit, and I also did that in Osaka, and Osaka is Kansai, and they're just so much more friendlier. They're so much more nicer in Osaka. Everybody's so nice and friendly, and you still get the stares, but they're not like, it's not like judging you stares. It's more like interested stares. You're like, oh, I'm interested. Where in Tokyo, it felt a little bit more like judgmental stares. Now, that could just be my experience, but again, that's what you asked, so that was my experience. I felt like I was much more accepted in the Kansai area. Again, I'm a people guy, so I didn't pay attention to I can't say much for the scenery. I went there to talk to Japanese people, and that's like all I did all the time. As for the scenery, I remember the temples were nice in Kyoto. I went to all the different temples. I don't know which one's which. Again, I was being dragged by this girl. Look, there's a temple. Oh, that's nice. Where's the Japanese people? They're everywhere. And so that's kind of what I was doing. Let's see here. How do I become your student, says Cass. So give us an email. This is the same answer I've been giving all day. Sorry, Cass. Sorry, everybody. But you just send Edgar an email. Or send me an email. Either one. You can send Ken Cannon at JapaneseJourneyman.com, or you can send it to Edgar at JapaneseJourneyman.com, and we'll keep up with you. We have a class coming next month. Registration happens now. We have a live class coming next month. We have recorded class running right now. So if you want to do that, you can do that. I might as well just tell you what the hell I'm talking about. So there's Protocol 80. This is where we go to 80% Japanese. And that is that's running now. It's kind of a half recorded version, right? So there's some live elements, but there's some recorded elements because we already did it. We already did Protocol 80. So we're doing like a recorded thing for people that want to join Protocol 90. And we're going to do a live Protocol 90 about next month. And so if you want to join Protocol 90, generally you want to review what was in Protocol 80, so you can get both. And just email Edgar. I don't have a link for anybody. I don't have anything. So yeah, email me or Edgar, and we'll get it to you. Let's see here. Oh, Barry! Hey, Barry! Hey, Ken, good to see you. When are we doing Protocol 90? And I sent you an email today about getting my login for Slack. Hey, Barry, yes, thank you. I just mentioned about Protocol 90. We're doing it next month. You sent me an email. We were going to... Edgar, take a look at the email. I think Edgar's still in here. So thank you. Thank you for coming in and saying hi, Barry. Sorry for the lapse. We took, for people who don't know, we took several months off between Protocol 80 and Protocol 90 because I destroyed my voice teaching that class because I have this weird sickness called muscle tension dysphonia. You can hear my voice cracking right now because I haven't done a live in a long time. Let's see here. Yes, everybody's saying hi to Barry. Let's see here. Delay is 5 minutes, Joshua says. For this live stream, that's a long time. Thank you, Edgar. Got your email. Maybe because I'm just reading comments I'm reading comments that are way a long time ago. Oh, GOAT means greatest of all time. Thank you, Blitz. XXV. I didn't know that. That's very informative. Looking forward to the book with great excitement, says Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. I'm glad people were interested in the book. I didn't know if we didn't do a book for 10 years. I didn't think people would be interested in a book. So I'm really glad to see people were interested. Obviously, the benefits are that you have it written, you can review. It's going to be a workbook, so you can work inside of it. You can answer and you can interact with the book. And another thing is, it's like way cheaper than a video course, obviously. So that's really cool. I didn't know if people would be interested in that, so that's going to be a book. I mean, that's what a book is. I think you know what a book is. Maybe I shouldn't explain what a book is. Okay. I don't know if I've... So Sway2223 says, I don't know if I'm considered an intermediate, but for input, I also listen to a podcast called Bilingual News. Well, if you can keep up with what the Japanese people are saying in there, I think they talk in both languages maybe. And even if they repeat it, even if they do echoing. So I've previously used a technique called echoing with students, and that's where a Japanese person will say a phrase like, "めっちゃトイレ行きたいんですよ." I'll repeat. I'm not going to translate perfectly. I'm going to do a rough version of interpreting. Oh, you're going to go to the bathroom? So I asked the question because that's what the person said. めっちゃトイレ行きたいです. I need to go to the bathroom really a lot. And I say, oh, you want to go to the bathroom? So it's not exactly what the person said, but I'm interacting with them and I'm repeating some of the words, and that's echoing. So even if the Bilingual News, they do a version of echoing, right? It's really useful. Echoing is really useful to learn. Then you, and even if you understand it, then you're intermediate. You've reached an intermediate. Beginner is a really small stage, right? It doesn't take much to reach intermediate. It really doesn't. Especially if you're learning the most common words, you get there really quick. It's hard to go from advanced to, advanced level 2 or advanced level 3 or even getting close to native. It gets really hard the higher your percentage is. So I talk about this a lot in my classes, that it's easy to go from 60 to 80% in Japanese. We can do it in a month, right? We do it in a month. But it's really hard to go from 80 to 90, right? And it's only 10%. And it's even harder to go from 90 to 91%. And then 90 to 92 is even harder. So it gets progressively harder. But intermediate is an easy level to attain. You can get there pretty quickly if you're learning correctly. I am goated. I don't know what that means. I know what GOAT means now because it's greatest of all time. Thank you for teaching me that, Edgar. Hey, Ken, thanks for your videos. This is a tad bit serious. Are you worried about anime bending the knee to Western criticism? Ooh, this is a good question. By the way, I'm rewatching Bleach. I love Bleach. That brings back memories, man. Bleach is good. I heard that people are talking about this. There's like an article I read like a couple days ago where I don't remember because maybe it was a video, but apparently anime is getting so popular outside of Japan now that Japanese people are now they're considering the Western opinion when they create their anime, right? So up until now, Japan is a very isolated country. They don't care mostly what the rest of the world thinks. They kind of made their stuff for Japanese people, and they're very like closed-minded in that way, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. But now that a lot of their profits are coming overseas, now they're like, maybe we should pay attention to this Western country over here, and so that might influence how they're going to make their anime. And a lot of people, I think, are worried about like censorship. I know I'm worried about censorship. I don't know. I am worried about it. I really enjoy the fact that Japan is Japan, right? And they're closed-minded, right? I mean, they were sakoku. They were isolated country for hundreds of years. They literally closed their borders for hundreds of years during the Sengoku Jidai, right? They didn't let any Westerners in. That's how they have such a rich culture. That's why they're so Japanese. That's why their culture is preserved. And I like that about them. And that's also why they have sabetsu, which is discrimination. That's why they stare at me on trains. But it's okay, I don't mind it. If that's the trade-off, like, okay, you get to keep your culture and I have to be stared at, sure, whatever. I like that. So I am a little worried. I don't think that anime companies, I'll tell you this about Japanese people. Japanese people don't bend easily. They don't care much about Western countries, even though they should. They're very, like I said, closed-minded. They like Japanese people, and they like to make things for Japanese people. Even though they enjoy Westerners watching their anime, it's going to take a lot for them to bend their knee, right? And I'm not saying they won't eventually. They probably will, especially if the majority of their profits are coming from overseas. But it's not going to be super quick. So they're pretty stubborn, I'll say this. Japanese people are stubborn. So I'm not worried yet, but eventually that could be a concern. Let's see here. Hey Ken, I subbed to JTA, but is it over for good? No, JTA is not over for good. You may be talking about me teaching Protocol 80 and Protocol 90, but I'm still running Tsunami, and I'm testing out this live thing, and we're working on a textbook. We are going to, you're probably talking about, so he's probably talking about me going to other languages. So we're also working on other languages. I made that announcement last year. And we've been working on Korean so far, and it's taken a long time. It is taking a long time to work on Korean, longer than I expected. So that takes me away from making videos. So that's another reason why I haven't made stuff. So it's not over for good though, but that's why I've taken a long break. Let's see here. What would be a good starting place for anybody trying to learn kanji? There's this behind me. These are kanjis, if you didn't know. There's a thing. It says Remembering the Kanji. This is a Remembering the Kanji poster. It's a cool book. It's a good book. I'm going through it again because I don't know how to write the damn things anymore. I learned to write kanji 17 years ago? No, 15, something like that. A long time ago. And so I can't write them anymore because I've never written Japanese. It's ridiculous. I read all the time, but I don't write it. So you forget, which radical goes with which. And so I'm really bad at like isolated kanji. Like, so if you just show me one kanji, I'm like, what the hell is that? But if you show me in a sentence, it makes perfect sense. So I'm re-going through them. So this is a good book. You can go through them pretty quickly with Remember the Kanji. It's like 3 months, I think, is what you can do. You can go through all 2,000 in 3 months. And this is all 2,000 right here. I'm at 230. I'm not making great progress here. I just started though. So I'm reviewing. So I can write 230 perfectly. I can read them all, but the writing takes, I don't know why I possess myself to relearn to write them, but I want to. I like to torture myself is what I like to do. It's not necessary. So if you're wondering, you don't have to learn how to write kanji ever, right? Because I survived in Japan 15 years I forgot how to write, and I just read novels perfectly fine. You don't need it. And you can type perfectly fine. So in this digital world, you really don't need to learn how to write. But I want to know. So because I teach Japanese, so it's kind of like weird that I don't know how to write them. Okay, let's see here. Um, hey Edgar, I saw that some people from pre-Protocol 80 have mentioned Slack invites. I don't think I ever got one. You send Edgar your name because I don't know who you are yet. You're just Dax Stacks to me, but I know you're in Protocol 80. So send me your name and we'll get you an invite. I don't know if Edgar, he's probably already got to your question, but anyway. What happened? So Silent Chaos is what happened to the Tsunami course. That went on hold when I started doing Protocol 80, and then it also went on hold when I took a break because my throat was destroyed at the end of Protocol 80. So we're going to be starting doing Tsunami stuff as well. Let's see here. How much textbook costs when it come out? How much will so Dragonan 1? How much will the textbook cost when it comes out? If you know. I don't know. It'll depend on how much work it costs. Like, we just started making it, so if we finish it like really quickly, it's like, okay, you know, how much we can afford to sell it for, right? Because we had to spend a lot. If we have to spend so much more time, then we might have to go more expensive. But like, it's not going to be more expensive than normal textbooks, right? So anywhere from $0 to $50. I don't know. I guess that's how much textbook costs, right? I do have, I'll tell you this up front, I do have plans for promotions with it. So like, I may do like, you may get a free textbook if you join something, or you may get a discounted textbook if you do something. I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but so there's ways to get it really discounted. But the most I'll charge is probably $50. I'll never charge, I don't know. It depends. Like maybe it's like 2 textbooks in one. Maybe that's $100, but I don't think so. The point is for it to be cheaper, so it's not going to be very expensive. That's whatever normal textbook costs. Okay. Thanks for all the great work you do. Hi, Ken. Theorium90 says, when you went to Japan, did you ever experience the onsen? And if so, what were they like? Just curious. So the onsen is the hot bath. It's the hot springs in Japan. And yes, I did experience the onsen. The onsen, oh my God. I did not like it at first. I really did. I didn't want to go. Someone dragged me into it. I didn't want to be naked in front of other men. So the onsen hot springs, you have to be naked. That's the big thing. You have to be naked in Japan in the onsen. There is something called sento. I've actually never been to a sento. That's a bathhouse. But the onsen is really cool because it's outside. Well, some of them are. I went to an outside version. It's a rotenburo, I think they call it. And it was snowing. And it was piping hot. And it was snowing. And there's like little snow monkeys like running across the snow. It was bizarre. It was so cool. And there's also a lot of crows. That wasn't as cool. But there were snow monkeys. They were cool. And then there was naked men. So that was less cool. So there was other naked men. And it was the experience. If there was no other naked men, oh my God, my throat, it would be way cooler. But there were other naked men, and they were kind of older too. So I guess it's not. I was really nervous at first because I don't be naked in front of older men, or any men. Only younger men I'm naked. No, any men. And unfortunately, right. So it was weird. But once you get used to it, it's pretty cool, right? You have like a little cloth. You have like a little towel that's like the size of my Kindle, so you can kind of like position it in the right spot so you cover things. So that works. You could do that. You can face a different direction, like give them the backside, show them the backside, and then the men, and they're gonna look, right? The thing is, most Japanese people don't look at other Japanese people because they're Japanese. But if you're white, black, or purple, right, like I am, or your ears are red, they're gonna be staring. So it's uncomfortable, but you get used to it, right? So, I mean, if I can handle being stared on in the train, I guess I can handle them looking at my winky wonk. So anyway, I guess, let's see, what generally do you include with an introduction? What generally do you include with an introduction? I think you're talking about, so Raylin asks, I think they're talking about when you meet Japanese people, how do I introduce myself? How do you meet friends? That's a good question, right? In America, it's pretty standard. it's pretty easy. I'll just say, "Are you Japanese?" Because you never know in America. Even if I always know, right? I hear them speaking Japanese, and I know you're Japanese, but I still go up and I ask them and I say, "Hey, are you Japanese?" So that's the first thing I'll say. Nihonjin desu ka? I'll say, "Are you Japanese?" And then I'll usually say something along the lines of, "There's not many Japanese people around here." So I was very surprised, right? And generally, they'll also be surprised because you're speaking Japanese, right? Unless you're living in, like, I don't know, a place where there's a lot of Japanese people, like Hawaii. That probably wouldn't work in Hawaii because Hawaii has a lot of Japanese people. They're going to be like, duh, what else did you think I was, right? Or in Brazil, they have a lot of Japanese people. So if you're in Hawaii, Brazil, this won't work. But anywhere else, you can say, "Are you Japanese?" "Oh, there's not many Japanese people around here." "この辺あんま日本人いないですかな?" You can say something like that. だからびっくりしました or you say something like that. I was surprised. And then you go into, and then they'll generally ask you the question. They'll say, "Hey, why do you speak Japanese? This is weird. You're not Japanese clearly." And then you go from there, right? They'll say, なんでそんな日本語上手ですか?なんでそんなに喋れるんですか? They'll say, "Why do you speak Japanese?" And then you'll say something like, "Oh, I learned from anime," or whatever you want to say. Or I learned from TV. And they'll be surprised again. "You didn't take a class?" I'm like, "No." Or you can say that, but that's what I say. I'll say I learned from anime or I learned from television, and they're like, "Oh my god, how did you do that?" "What? Are you serious?" And that'll get it. And you're generally talking about something that you can prepare, which is cool, right? I know how to say those phrases like the back of my hand because I practiced them because I was nervous when I first did that stuff. So you can do that. Let's see here. And then, of course, you can ask them a question. Why are you here? Oh, in Japan, it's different, right? In Japan, how do I do it in Japan? Gosh. I mean, you just have to talk to them like you talk to anybody because you can't go with, "Are you Japanese?" It's stupid. So you have to, what do I usually say? I'll make a comment, like I would in America. Like if I wanted to talk to somebody in America, I'll use context, like, if we're in a izakaya and they're drinking something, I'll be like, "Oh, what's that drink? That looks interesting." Ask them a question. And then it always goes into, "Why do you speak Japanese?" Every conversation you start, it always goes, "なんでそんな日本語上手ですか?" They'll say, "Why are you so jozu at Japanese?" And then there's your pattern. You know how to talk about that because you've done it many times. So that usually is pretty standard. So you can get away with fairly little mistakes in the beginning. And then you get to know each other. You can ask how old they are, why, whatever. However you get to know people in America. It's the same way. Hey, Misia. I've known you for a long time. Thanks for all your videos. You're welcome. Thank you. I don't make many anymore, but you're welcome. I'm going to start doing lives, hopefully. Barry says, "I'm having withdrawal symptoms. Protocol 80 was so awesome." And for anyone curious about whether to sign up or not, I can say that Ken is the best teacher I've had. He explains things so well. Thank you for that. That was shameless. Thank you for allowing me to read that out loud. That was great. Thank you so much, Barry. That was killer. Barry was one of our most interactive students in Protocol 80. It was really fun talking to Barry because he asked really good questions. He's really, really a smart guy. He's really clever. And he's learned from other sources, right? So he learned from Pimsleur is what he said. And it creates a really good, it's really good because he's like, well, this other class says this. What does that mean? And then this class says this. What's the difference? So he has like reference points where he's like, I've learned this means this and this. What's going on? Right? Where someone who doesn't know anything, it's just like, this means cup, and they're like, okay, like they just accept it, right? But if someone's learned somewhere else, they're like, wait a second, I've got all this conflicting information. What's going on? And so I can say, okay, here's how it all works together. And I like to do that. I like to say, this is why they said that. This is why, and it all comes together in this one little nice little easy thing. So Barry allows me to do that. So thank you for Barry, and thank you for saying that nice thing. Benjamin says I followed you for years and years. Thank you, Benjamin. I wish I could follow you for years and years, but then I'd be a stalker. But thank you for following me, because unless you do YouTube or something. Let's see here. It depends on the situation. This is someone answering someone else. Barry says, oh, he's answering the other question. I considered myself intermediate when I started Protocol 80. Yeah, so Barry considered himself intermediate when he started Protocol 80. And I am delighted how much I learned from it. Oh, another shameless. Thank you for saying that. Much better than any other course or book I've used. Thank you very much. Oh, man. It's embarrassing to read, but I enjoy reading it, so thank you for saying that. I agree with Barry. Oh my God, I have to read this. This is Leona. Leona is another student. She's been a student for a long time. As a teacher myself, Ken is one of the best teachers I have seen who can catch and keep students' interest. Thank you, Leona. I am shameless. I'm just gonna, if anyone wants to say something like that, I'll read it. I will read it. Thank you very much for saying that, Leona. That's very nice of you. Let's say if you were meeting someone, would you include your age and the likes? Very good question. Rylan says, if you're meeting someone, would you include your age? I took one Japanese course in college, so I'm not sure how to interact with strangers or just other students. Yes. So generally, the age thing is pretty important for Japanese people, because that's how they know whether they'll use keigo or not. So keigo is formal Japanese. So if you're going to use formal Japanese, you only use it with people who are older than you. So Japanese people generally like to know how old the person is pretty quickly. Either they can tell by the way you look, and if they can't, then they'll generally try and figure it out somehow. Maybe they'll ask you or something. You can ask them. I mean, generally not cool to ask women how old they are in any country. It's kind of a taboo thing, so that works. That's that. But you can say how old you are, right? I guess. I generally don't say that right off the bat. Like, I generally go, hi, my name is Ken. I am, 32 years old. I am a white male, and I am looking for action. I usually don't say it like I'm writing a dating app profile, but I mean, we can mention it at one point. I don't say it right off the bat, so I'll generally go with the are you Japanese thing, or I'll talk about a comment or something. The Japanese thing works really good. I don't know how you can get around that. It's just so simple. It's like, are you Japanese? Yes, I'm Japanese. You usually confirm, right? Usually you can hear them speaking Japanese, and then they'll say yes, and they'll say, oh, I'm surprised because there's not many. You have to, this is important. You have to say because. You can't say, are you Japanese? Yes, I am. Oh, okay. Don't do that. That's really awkward. So if a stranger comes up to you and then they say, hey, are you a YouTuber? And then you're like, yes or no, either one. No. Okay. Aren't you like, why the hell did you ask me that? Or even if you say yes, are you a YouTuber? Yes. Okay. You're like, wait, why did you ask me that? So you have to go with because. This is actually like a psychology trick I learned back when I studied psychology, and it's a good trick because people want to know. And if you say because, they're always happier, right? There's like a study done where like people cut in front of people in line, and then if you ask someone to cut in line, you say, hey, can I cut in line? They're like waiting for a printer. Can I cut in line? And they're like, and then they would say. There was 3 versions. Can I cut in line? Just that. Then there was, can I cut in line because I have to print? And then there was, can I cut in line because of a good reason? So the first reason was literally, can I cut in line? I have to print. Duh, you have to print. It didn't matter whether the reason was bogus. So the same percentage of people said yes if you gave them a reason. Even if you said, hey, can I cut in line? My rabbit needs food. What does that mean? I don't have a rabbit. But they'll say, oh, okay, you have a reason. Yes, cut in line. So you have to have a reason. So always give people reasons because you can get away with a lot of things if you give people reasons for it. Even if the reason is ridiculous. They'll say, yeah, sure. And then they'll go, what the hell is he talking about? But they'll still let you cut in line. So that's a sneaky trick. So when you're talking to Japanese people, tell them, hey, are you Japanese? Oh, I ask because... whatever. You can literally say whatever. You could just say, hey, because I'm learning Japanese, or because this. If you give them a reason, they're going to be like, oh, that makes sense. And they accept you. Otherwise, they're scared, right? When you get approached by a stranger, aren't you a little scared? I'm scared. I'm very scared. What do you want from me? But if you give them a reason, they're like, oh, okay, that's why. Even if it's stupid, you need a reason. Okay. Oh, my throat is getting scratchy. Let's see here. Where's my place? Hey Ken, always keeping up when you send me emails. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Bryant. Yes, I generally send more emails than when I do anything else. So I don't make a lot of videos. I don't do a lot of social media. I'm trying to change that with these live thing. I hope this is fun for you. It's fun for me. But the emails, I do send a lot of emails. So if you want to contact, there's emails. That works. I do that a lot because they're easy to send. I just do this. Or Edgar does it for me. It's really easy. Edgar's he works at JTI, so that's why. If you don't know who Edgar is, I'll just keep mentioning him. He works for me. So let's see here. Always keep him with emails. He is our editor. He edits videos. Let's see here. We've been studying Japanese for 2 years. Tokyo, the mad A-jatter. Ooh, he's an A-jatter. Let's see here. I know cats very well. Let's see here. I've been studying Japanese for 2 years using a system. I will not say, do you have any output courses? I don't understand your question. From your title, it looks like you're doing AJAT. And AJAT is really input-based way of learning. So you may be asking about how do I output? Do I have any output courses? I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know what you're trying to talk. I don't know what you're asking me. Using a system, I will not say. Okay, do you have any output courses? Okay, that we speak. I also generally agree with Kazumoto from AllJapaneseDrama.com. I met him back in 2012 or something. He's a great guy. So I've known him for years. Really a genius guy. He's really smart. He's crazy genius, by the way. But anyway, yeah, he invented this method, and it's a method where you go through like a silent period. You don't speak for a year or two. And so he doesn't advocate outputting too early. I agree with that to an extent, right? So I'm not going to say it's bad for you, but I do agree with that input. Lots of input is very good for you. So generally with my courses, I do a lot more input than we do output. So in the live courses, we do more output, especially in Protocol 90, which we're going to do next month, because you have to have a base, right? So if you're a fresh beginner, I don't do a lot of output with you. But when you can speak to us, then we can definitely do output together. Also, private lessons, I do a lot of output in that. And then, I don't do a lot of private lessons though, so don't ask me about private lessons. I do very little private lessons. And then in my courses, I generally have an audio piece with it. So in almost all my courses, I have audio lessons where you listen and you repeat back. So I do that. So that's good for output because you can kind of work on your pronunciation there. I also teach pronunciation courses. So if you're wondering about that, I really don't know what you're asking, so I'm like trying to cover it from all angles. Let's see here. What else we got? I keep losing my spot here. Whoever said the stream was delayed, just click the live button and it'll give you the actual live. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that works. Thank you, Ziggy, for that trick. That's what you can do. I should look at other places. I'm also doing this on Facebook and Twitter. I really should look at comments from everywhere, but I'm not. I'm just ignoring them. I am answering comments on YouTube. I should not ignore everybody from every other platform. That's not good. I don't know how to operate the comments on Facebook. This is really difficult. So sorry, people who are watching on Facebook. I'll go back to Twitter. I don't know how to operate that. Okay, I'm back to YouTube. I don't know how to operate things. I'll learn. I promise. I promise I will learn. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. Okay, yeah, so Tokyo, he said, I have trouble with output. Yeah, so I would recommend, it depends on what kind of trouble you're having with output, which is speaking, right? Because you're probably doing AJAT, which is a great method. It takes so what, generally, so this is Kat's method. I'm going to say it to you as if it's my own. I agree with a lot of it. I have my own method, but Kat's thing is if you build up enough input. So if you take in Japanese for 1.5 to 2 years every day, like 6 to 8 hours a day, you're constantly listening to it. You're gonna be able to start outputting naturally. It just happens as a natural phenomenon. So if you don't actually start naturally outputting, then you haven't had enough input. So the theory goes, if you have enough input, you can now output. There is another piece to it. So once you get to about 1.5 years of input, you're going to go through about 3 months to 6 months of struggling to output. It happens every time because you don't have those brain connections yet, right? You need to work on out. There is some skills, but it usually happens pretty quick. If you go to Japan, so I have private students that did a lot of input, then they went to Japan. They struggled for 1 month. It was hard for them to output because they've never done it. 1 month later, they're speaking way better than any other student that's ever studied output from the beginning. So if you have a lot of input, it can overcome any deficiencies in output, but you will need at least a month to get yourself up to speed. So that's the thing with output. So if you're worrying about output, you're probably pretty advanced. If you're not advanced, don't worry about output. if you're doing the AJAT method, you need to have a lot of input. You need to have like a year and a half of 8 hours a day, or 6 hours a day. Okay, so that's the AJAT method. Cool. Let's see here, and it's the same for the there's a guy named Matt, and he is Matt versus Japan, and he created this MIA thing. I actually don't know Matt, so I just saw him. I talked to Katz about Matt. That's how kind of I know about Matt, but he has created this other method. It's called Missing in Action, and it's kind of based off Katz's method. Same kind of thing though. Okay. Let's see here. By the way, enjoyed your book, Edgar. Edgar has a book. That's true. Hey Ken. Oh, this is Nate. Hey Ken, what have you heard about Japan reopening its borders? Nate is also a student. Nate, you sent me a question like last week. Sorry I didn't get to it. He actually sent me this exact question. So, what have I heard about Japan? What have I heard about Japan? I've heard about Japan opening up their borders. I heard some rumors. So this is just rumors, so I can't say anything for sure. So currently Japan, I'm checking it like every day. I haven't checked it in 3 days, but I talk to people in Japan where they watch the news there, and I'm checking, English news and Japanese news. So I'm usually pretty up to date. I'm about 3 days behind, so I haven't checked in 3 days. But 3 days ago, this was the latest news about going to Japan, because I want to go immediately. And that is they have opened up their borders finally. This is the first time they've opened the borders to, I think it's 3 countries for business only. So they've opened up to, I think it was Vietnam, I think it was Taiwan, and I think it's Australia or New Zealand, one of those two, something like that. They've opened up for business only currently. So what that means is, obviously you have to go for business. You can't go for personal. But that means that they're going to transition to personal soon. So that's their phases. If they go to business, then next is coming is private and is pleasure, business or pleasure. So if you're in one of those countries, soon pleasure will open up. So that's good. America, if you live in US like I am right now, they haven't opened up business or pleasure. But there are rumors, because there's a lot of pressure on Japan to open up American borders, even though this is the worst place they should open up because we're the most infected. There's a lot of pressure on Japan because they do a lot of business with the U.S. Overwhelming a lot of business with the U.S. and they have a really good political relationship with the U.S. They did anyway. So they have really good political, and a lot of good business ties, and they don't want to, and they're getting a lot of slack for opening up other countries first. But I mean, they have to because we have a lot of cases. So they are considering the fall, right? So the latest I heard from the Japanese news source, they're considering opening up in the fall. So that means anywhere from September to December, I think, is the fall. So they're considering opening up business for America, right? So that's the first thing. They're open business. I can go on business because I have a Japanese company, so I can go sooner than most people. But that means pleasure will open up right after. So maybe not immediately, but within a month or two. So that's a good sign. So we're looking at from September to December is the current estimate. Of course, this can change at any moment, right? Because Corona is killing everybody. I probably shouldn't even say that. I think people are like getting banned to like saying that word on YouTube. I probably shouldn't even say that word. But anyway, that's what I've heard. Let's see here. I lose my place all the time. I'm really bad at reading comments. Let's see here. We've got Sway223. I concur with Daxstan. Protocol 80 was great. Thank you. I don't know. I zoom in on these comments that say Protocol 80 was great because like it was on my mind. So if you have something good to say about Protocol 80, please, I'll read it. Let's see here. And Protocol 80 is we're still working on stuff. So if you're waiting for some stuff, it should be coming out soon. So Leona says still waiting for PDF 17 to 20. I think Edgar needs to get on that. It's to be fair, I have Edgar working on our textbook at the same time, so Edgar's kind of tasks. He's conflicted. He doesn't know what to work on. Sorry, Leona, but he should definitely work on those PDFs. Okay. Hey, any tips for learning kanji? Also, any tips for staying motivated? Learning Japanese. It is a dream of mine to learn, so I need some tips. Okay. So Nina, I like that name. That's a cute name. I also like the name Mina. Nina and Mina are cute names. Okay. Any tips for learning kanji? I said this earlier. I recommend remembering the kanji. It's simple. It's easy. It's quick. You can do it in 3 months. It's on the board. Remembering the Kanji by James Hasig or Hisig. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Pretty popular. How do you stay motivated? This is a hard one because it's been so long since I learned Japanese. It's been 17 years. I was 15. Yeah, 17 years ago. Oh my God. So 17 years ago when I learned. So it was a kind of a blur for me. It happened so quickly. So that's probably my biggest recommendation. I never lost motivation because it happened I learned so fast. Not because I'm amazing, but because my pace was high. And I've talked about pace before in my newsletter. The higher your pace at learning Japanese, so that means the more you do every day, the quicker it's over. It's kind of like ripping a Band-Aid off. Do you want to rip it off slowly or rip it off fast, right? If it's going to be painful, get it over quickly it helps with Japanese. I don't know about the Band-Aid thing. There's conflicting advice with the Band-Aid. But anyway, the Japanese, generally, you get it over quicker. It's a lot easier. It's nicer. So I recommend going faster. Learning more per day generally keeps you really motivated because you see progress quicker. If you can't do that, you want to learn from like the most commonly used words list. Not just there's free. You can get a free one on Wikipedia, right? You don't have to like buy I'm not trying to plug my course. You can get free ones on Wikipedia. You can make your own. I have a video that teaches people how to make them. I don't know if anybody knows that. I have a video. You can literally make your own. Because you learn the words that are most common first. You're going to see them pop up in anime, and that's like a super confidence boost. It's like, oh my God. Well, it's working, right? If you learn an uncommon word, you won't hear it. So you watch anime and you're like, it's not working, right? Even though it's working, it's still working. You want to learn the stuff that's most common because it's going to show up every day. So that's and then third, you should love the culture. You should watch a lot of anime or music or drama or something, and that'll keep you motivated. So if it's part of a hobby, then it'll definitely keep you motivated. Okay. Most people on here, it says Japanese through anime, so most people on here like anime, so that's not a hard thing. Okay, let's see here. Any tips for learning kanji? I've been learning both 3 months right now. I feel like let me see, what's this? Yu Sensei, yeah, Yu Sensei was here a moment ago. I must be reading really old comments. There's so many comments. I didn't realize. I'm so behind. I'm so sorry. I don't think I'll get to everybody's comments. Can I save these comments and like answer them next time? I wonder if I can like do that. I don't know how that works. Does anybody know? Uh-oh. Let's see. I just ruined everything. Okay, here it is. I think I can, let me just save the before I go, remind me to save the comments and I'll like try to answer them in the next one or whatever. Maybe I'll get more. Maybe I'll just have like a comment debt and I'll never answer all of them. Let me answer a few more before my throat gives way. So I probably should go let me give you like 2 more questions and I gotta go. Let's see here. This was super fun, guys. So thank you so much. Let me answer like 2 or 3 more questions and let's see here. I had a lot of fun. This is super fun. Why didn't I do this sooner? I'm such an idiot. Let's see here. What's a good question? I have to answer someone who didn't answer a question or didn't get their question answered. Let's see here. Here's a weird question by BlitzXXV. Are bathroom etiquette different than in America? Bathroom etiquette. What is bathroom etiquette in America? Do we have bathroom etiquette? I don't know. Maybe I've been doing it wrong the whole time. I don't actually know. In Japan, there's a lot of things actually. In Japan, I don't remember them all. One, there's going to be slippers, right? So you've got slippers on the floor. You should wear those slippers. They usually have like a WC on them. That means water closet. I don't know what. Well, I think that's what they call the bathroom in England or something. So that says water closet, WC. So you should wear those. Generally, Japanese people don't like to. You don't go in barefoot because then you're gonna. You get unko on your foot. Unko is poop, and then you track your poop all over the house, and that's not what they want. Because poop. Like if you have like a big poop, it's gonna splash, and where's that splash going? It's going on the floor, and then you step in it, and now you've got poop all over your house. This is the Japanese theory, and so if you don't want poop all over your house, wear the water closet slippers. So there's that. That's some etiquette. I made a video on this, so I don't remember all the etiquette. What else is a good etiquette? I don't even know what you mean by etiquette, but what's another different thing? They have washlets, or they call them bidets, I think, in English. The thing washes your butt, so I think a lot of people know about that already. So generally good etiquette to wash your butthole. So in Japan, that's one thing. What else? I can't think of anything. So, but I think that's good enough. Wear the slippers. that's a big thing that you should do. Yeah. Tokyo says, can I get an invite to Protocol 80? Email Edgar at edgar@japanesetsunami.com or email me at kencannon@japanesetsunami.com. And again, we'll get to, that's not my question. I just wanted a chance to say that again. Let's see here. What exactly will be intermediate? Let me just go here. Intermediate is wholesome conversation. Yes, cool. Awesome. Barry answered that question for me. Just one more, maybe like one more question. I just logged on to JT first time. I only have 5 of the 75 lessons completed. Oh my gosh. I have to read this. Steven said, I just logged into JTA for the first time in ages, and I saw I only have 5 of the 75 lessons completed. I did the original JTA course back in the day when you wore a monkey shirt. I had a monkey shirt. I did. I love that monkey shirt. It's a MailChimp. I don't know if you've heard of MailChimp. It's a software company. I used to use them to send out my emails, and they had it was so cute. It was such a good shirt. It was so soft. It was such a good shirt. I used to wear that in my courses a lot. Yeah, that was 10 years ago, Stephen. You're probably talking about JTA Downloaded. That's where I have many lessons. We have 90 lessons in some of the JTA Downloaded courses. They're mini lessons, but they have a lot of them. So yeah, you should get on those. Or you can join us next month live for Protocol 90. Okay, what do we got here? Oh wow. I second what Barry said. I had Tsunami, JT Tsunami, and didn't buckle down. P80 got me out of 0. Oh, thank you, Ziggy. Ziggy says that. She joined Protocol 80. Yeah, Tsunami. So I had JT Tsunami. It's kind of a casual thing, right? I made some casual videos, and it also allowed me to start up JTA again. The reason I did Tsunami was because I was dead broke back in the day, and I didn't have any motivation. I didn't have any funds. I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a whiteboard. I have nothing. So JTA Tsunami, it was a small monthly fee, and it allowed me to create content. So like I made a lot of YouTube videos. I made Tsunami videos. I did interviews. We did course lessons. A lot of stuff. And so Tsunami is still there. It still exists, and we're still going to work on some more Tsunami stuff. But Tsunami stuff is like the live. So it allows me, it gives me to do this live stuff. It allows me, and we're going to do bonus content in Tsunami as well. So it's not like like Ziggy says, it's not a live course. So if you want the live course, it's the reason, because live courses are super motivating, right? That's why I did them. That's why I did Protocol 80, and it worked really well. My other courses in the past, I can see the attendance rate, and most people don't attend all the classes. They drop off. But Protocol 80 had such a high attendance rate. It was really spectacular. It was miraculous. I'd never seen anything like it. So people learn really good. If you've never done a live class, you don't have to try mine. You could try any live class. I recommend it. I really do. I have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. I'm learning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu down the street. I have it at 5:30 in about half an hour, so I got to go. But otherwise, they're going to do it. And the live class is really nice because it motivates you. It really does. So that's what I'll say. If you're interested in live stuff, you can take any live class. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, obviously, the live class, but it's so much more motivating because it's just weird about us human beings. Like, I would not practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if I didn't have the sensei waiting for me right now in about 20 minutes. So I got to go see my sensei, my teacher, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Thank you so much. Oh my God, this was so freaking fun. Thank you guys for all the comments. I love this. I had a bunch of fun. Please join me for my next live. I'm probably going to do this again. And if you're interested in joining one of our courses or whatever, please send us an email. I promise I'll have a link for you next time. I don't have any links. I have nothing. I'm worthless. But send us an email in the meantime. And thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm going to see you in the next live. Hopefully we'll do one maybe next week or something. I don't know. We'll see. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. How do I end this? I don't know how to end this. Maybe if I click this button right here.